Alright, today I want to teach everybody how to make a dart gun. So basically today I found a couple raw materials you can find in the woods that you can create a dart gun out of. There's lots of different materials you can use, but first off you want to find something that you can use as an arrow or a spear or a dart tip. So there's many things that can be used. These are needles off a palm tree. You can also use the needles off of citrus and many other plants that have needles. And if you can't find needles like that, you can just whittle some wood and get something to a point, and that'll work just fine as well. Depending on the area you're at, you can find anything that's hollow. Reeds work, but bamboo is ideal. If you can find bamboo, then you're in good shape. Bamboo is strong, rigid, and has a perfectly hollow cylinder right through the middle. So it works as a perfect straw that you can propel the dart out of. Next, you want to find a straw around the same diameter as the points that you found. So you don't want it to be too big because it's hard to blow at high velocity or high speed if your holes are too big and your projectiles are too big. The next thing you want to do is clean out the internal cylinder and make sure that it's free of debris, so that way the dart will slide through the cylinder well. I used another piece of bamboo that was the same size to kind of hollow it out and make sure that it was cleaned out enough to where the arrow would slide free. Next, you need to find some wadding material. Wadding is what you'll wrap around the tip of your dart. That will create a tight air space, so that way the projectile will fly to the fullest of its potential. All you want to do is take the dart or the point that you've got and wrap the point with the material you use. You can use thatch from a palm tree. You can also use Spanish moss or small bits of clothing fibers. You can take a few strands of your clothes and wrap them tightly and tie them off to where it creates a nice tight fit. And basically what you want to do, the key behind your wadding is that it's going to create drag. The part of the spear that drags the most is what's going to be at the back when it flies. So as long as you got something lightweight on the back like Spanish moss or bits of clothing, it'll keep the arrow straight flying in the air. You don't want to have too much drag, it'll slow the velocity of the arrow down. It's important to try to keep the wadding on the needle. So one of the ways you can keep the wadding on the needle is to wrap it in spider webs. Spider webs have a natural adhesive that will help bind the fibers of the wadding material. You can also use pine resin. However, if you use pine resin, then I recommend that you go ahead and let it harden for a few days before you try to shoot it, or else it'll just gum up inside your shaft and it won't allow it to project out. If you don't have a few days, take some hardened or dry pine resin, smash it into powder, and then rub the powder over the fresh resin, and that should allow it to slick. Or if you just save the material that you cleaned out of the center of the shaft earlier, you can actually use that to dip the resin on and create a nice lubricated surface or a slick surface to allow the dart to fly out at full velocity. Thanks for watching this video. Let me know how your dart guns went. Make sure you press that like button if you liked it, and subscribe. And keep tuning in. Oh my God, it just shot right through the screen, y'all. Did y'all see that? Holy moly. Guys, I'm gonna do it again.